Hey guys, it's Chris here, also known as Manifest from Smart Music Business and FanbaseUniversity.com, and we're talking about sync licenses, okay? There's so many ways to make money with your music, and sync licenses can be huge. You can go from having maybe a few $100 placement to thousands and thousands. And I'm with my man Mike Elsner here from Nashville. We're just at this music marketing, or at a conference. We're learning about marketing, and just made this 3-part video series for you. This is video 3. We have 2 other videos that are sharing tips on how to get your songs synced and do it the right way. And we're talking to a guy that's had 2,200 plus syncs and counting. And so if you haven't watched those other videos yet, please do that. Don't forget to hit like on this and leave a comment if you have one. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Mike, drop some more value on us, my man.
Oh, that's actually a great word, actually. Oh. And we didn't even plan that.
Oh, cool.
I think my 3rd tip that I would give you is to understand the value that you can deliver to the end users of your music. And if that doesn't make sense, go back to the last video, tip 2, to understand what I'm talking about more about when I'm talking about your end users. But it's all about delivering value, okay? Understanding who they are is very important. But you have to understand how to deliver valuable material to them. And by valuable material, I don't mean, oh, this song is really good for this and this song isn't really good. What I really mean is delivering it to them in a way that they can use it, right? And I like to give this example. Let's say that, let's say that we didn't know each other,
Right,
okay?
right.
And let's say I just found out who you were, and I like this example because it's ridiculous. But let's say you lived next to a really nice brand new steak restaurant, okay? And I just sent you an email. I said, hey man, I know you don't know me, but I know that you live right next to that really nice new steak restaurant in town. I don't have any money, but would you like to take me out to dinner? I'm a great conversationalist, and I know a lot about current events, right?
Yeah.
It's absolutely insane.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So what would your response be if I said
I'd be like, that is really weird and strange. I don't even know this guy. Why is he asking me that?
You probably show it to someone and make a joke and then laugh and then you delete it, right?
Yep.
Okay. So it's such a ridiculous example, but I use it to drive home a point. That's really the process that a lot of musicians take when they finish their record or they finish their songs, and then they have the idea of, well, I'm going to get my songs on TV, and I know that music supervisors are the people to get them on TV, so therefore I'm just going to send a CD to a music supervisor and say, hey, here's my CD. And it's essentially like saying, hey, I don't know anything about you, I don't give a crap about you, but here's my music, use it. It's the same thing basically as saying, like, I know you live next to that restaurant, I don't have any money, but take me out to dinner. It's the same thing, okay? As opposed to if I was to reach out to you and I said, hey man, I know we don't know each other, but I have a really good friend named Rick who I think would be a great producer for your music, and you guys have a lot in common stylistically and this and that, blah, 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 blah. Would you like to get together for coffee next week?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, in that particular email exchange, I started with a lot of value. I started by saying, hey, I know who you are. I'm familiar with your music.
I love your show even. I love the music you put in that show.
See, you're taking it exactly.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. it's you've done the research. And then I'm saying, like, I have a friend of mine who would be a great potential producer or co-writer or whatever it is for you. And it's the same thing as saying, like, I have music that fits the style of the show that you're looking for, right? And you can go a lot deeper into this, but you see right off the bat the difference in the approach. One is value added. I'm opening up a door for you to meet another person who I know who could potentially help your career and make your next record even bigger and better than the last one, right?
Yeah.
I'm bringing value. Now, in return, when you're working with your end users and you're bringing them value, you're presenting your music in a valuable way, they're going to license it.
Yeah.
And that's how they bring value back to you. You're giving them the music in a way that they can easily audition it. They can easily search it, they can easily audition it, and then they can easily license it. Now, there's a process that you have to go through. But once they're able to do that very quickly and easily, you've made their job a lot easier. You're giving them exactly what they need for the show that they're working on in the small amount of time that they have to work on it. And when they license your music, that's when you receive the value on the end. That's when you receive the check. And that's all covered in what I call the 4-step plan to licensing success. It's a 4-step process that every single song has to go through in order to generate consistent placements. Anyone can get a license, by luck. Oh my gosh, I gave my song to my cousin who was in the car with her boyfriend, who listened to it and played it for his mom, whose friend from high school is the director of photography on a TV show out in California.
Yeah.
And boom, you got a license.
Yeah.
Try repeating that. This process allows for consistent placements.
For a career.
For a career, and that's how you build a career, is the consistent placements.
Yeah, and I just want to add to that just being cool to people, like even how we did meet, it was through an email introduction, and I don't think I was like, hey, I wasn't asking from you or whatever. There was stories exchanged, and it's just people just try and go too quickly for the kill. And I did the same thing when I tried to meet with a music supervisor once. I was just play my music, and I realized that
buy me a steak.
Yeah, buy me a steak, and it's instead I researched, I found out he did surfing, and I was talked about surfing, and then he asked me about my music. That's how you round it up. You get them to ask you as opposed to you just ramming it down their throat. It's just relationships, and it works in every area of your business. And Mike has just got so many relationships with these music soups. You talk to them, you know what they want, and so it's you might have the best song, but if you don't know how to deliver it and don't know how to get it to that person, it's just
you can have the best song and you can contact them, but even if they do take that song and they ingest it into their catalog, if you haven't added all the metadata and all the valuable content to the actual audio file to make it easily searchable to show up in their searches, and if none of that makes sense to you, then you need to download the book.
Yes, download this book to talk about the metadata and all that. It's so important.
None of delivering your music to them means nothing, because then they're gonna go through a catalog of 100,000 songs, and they need to get down to one, or really 4 or 5 that they can audition and then find the right one for that particular scene. You got to get from 100,000 or more songs down to yours, and if you're not delivering your music the correct way, it's just not going to happen. And if it happens, it happened by luck, and you can't repeat it. And this is all about creating a system that allows for consistent placements. Consistent placements equals consistent royalties. Consistent royalties equals consistent income. And consistent income is really financial freedom and a career that you can have as a musician.
Boom! That's it, guys. Comment, subscribe, grab that ebook, because that metadata and tagging and so you can find is ridiculous. Changed my life, and I know it'll change yours. See you in the next video. Peace.